Michael, right now we're at 5 hours of closing arguments by the prosecution. In Law and Order, a long closing argument's 4 minutes. What's going on?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of evidence to go through, as you stated. There are a lot of documents to go through, as you stated. This may be a case of overkill. These jurors have sat through a lot. They've agreed to go the whole night because I think they want to get it over with. But 5 hours is excessive, and it should have been pared down. The attention span of the average person today, as you well know, is simply not that. I can't imagine it couldn't be pared down to 2 hours.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. J. Meihls with us now. How big of an issue is it for prosecutors to try and rehabilitate Michael Cohen? He admitted to stealing. He's admitted perjurer. Is there any way to get a jury to re-believe someone once, to use Michael Disciarrio's words, they've been left for dead on the stand?
Yes, but like most of us, I'm in the cheap seats out here watching the trial, through the news. And they always knew Cohen was going to be their biggest liability. And I think that they prepared for that going into his testimony. And so now they're contrasting Mr. Trump's lies against Mr. Cohen's history of lying.
All right. I guess in that sense, you're the jury consultant. How do you get someone to be beyond a reasonable doubt when so much of the evidence required is based on believing a liar?
Yeah, great question. And I do think in this case, just from what I've seen, that a conviction is likely, at least certainly on some of the counts. You've got 34 low-level felonies. I think an acquittal is unlikely, but I do think there's still a possibility of a hung jury in this case, and some of it rides on the credibility of raising.
Yeah.
So but I also.
I think we're having a little bit of a problem with your signal. It's freezing. That sometimes happens right at the most important points. Live pictures outside the courtroom. There's some people hanging out there. Michael, you talked from the very beginning of this case about the predicate crimes, meaning in order to get to a felony for falsifying invoices, general ledger, or checks, there has to be another crime before that. What do you make of this ruling by the judge that the jury doesn't have to agree on what the underlying crime is?
Leland, I am blown away by that jury instruction that the judge said he's going to charge the jury with. I've never seen any jury instruction that left the jury to pick a theory. And even if you come up with different theories, as long as you can, 6 jurors can think of one thing, 6 jurors can agree it's another thing, and you can still find them guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If you look at all the jury instructions in New York, and your viewers can read them, they're all online. They're very straightforward. If someone commits assault, this is what you have to prove. I've never seen a case where the jury said the crime, you can guess, and it doesn't matter which, if you don't agree on all the counts. This is ripe for being overturned. I agree. There's a very good chance of conviction if we don't all have to agree. But if you don't all have to agree, then it doesn't set the standard beyond a reasonable doubt. This is a denial of due process when you're telling a jury that they don't have to agree. And that's what I said from the beginning. Weak cases make bad law. And this is a very weak case, but there still could be a hung jury.
All right, J. Meihls back with us. We understand that the connection has improved. Take us through what happens just from the sense of a jury that for 6 weeks now, they've been sitting there, they've been listening, they've been sitting there listening, sitting there listening, sitting there listening. This is the first time they get to talk amongst themselves and discuss the case. There's all this discussion. It's going to be a quick verdict. Can we predict that?
I highly doubt that. This seems like a very thoughtful jury. You have a lot of highly experienced jurors sitting there who are going to understand the finance, who are going to understand the law. And so I think that what I tend to learn from talking with jurors after it's all done, and the verdict's been in, is first they don't have to pick their foreperson. That's been done for them. So there goes that. But they sometimes do a straw poll around the room. Just how are you feeling right now? But they usually really deliberately go through the evidence, especially in such a, high profile case like this one. I think they'll take it very seriously and take their time.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.